Every time someone new to crypto asks about cloud mining, the content they find is either way too complicated to actually be useful, or it's just a platform that paid someone to make it look legitimate. And the gap between those two things, that's where actual useful information should live. Anyway, I've spent a few years now going through platforms properly, and today I'm showing what that actually looks like on a platform I've had running consistently for close to a year. So configuration is first, and this is always the part I pay the most attention to upfront. Not because it's the most exciting step, but because the way it's put together tells you a lot about the people who built the rest of it. Token selection is where it starts. This platform is built on a multi-chain protocol. In simple terms, that means no network is locked in and market conditions don't restrict what's available. Whatever makes the most sense right now is what gets used. Going with Ethereum, it's had some genuinely strong momentum lately. The on-chain activity around it has been picking up, and it just feels like the right call at this moment. So receiving address is next. Nothing complicated, just a standard input. Hashrate power. This setting determines how much raw computing capacity actually gets dedicated to the mining process. It's the foundation everything else sits on. Whatever ceiling is set here is what the session works within. Okay, then mining power. And this is where I always slow down and think for a second. It controls processing intensity on the remote hardware, and cranking it higher drives more efficient output, but it also moves the final numbers directly. So this isn't a setting to just push to maximum without a reason. Think about what the session needs to produce and set it from there. So target amount next. There are 4 different volume tiers to choose from. The lower tiers make sense when you're just starting out or testing a new configuration for the first time. Less exposure, easier to track what's happening. The higher tiers are for when you've already run the platform enough times to know exactly how it behaves. So everything looks correct. I press start. Okay, it's running. Now, just leaving everything running for a few minutes and watching the process. Load is ticking, time is moving, output is building up. Just letting it do its thing. Okay, session stopped and reports on screen, total session time, shares processed, active algorithm, and breakdown of the infrastructure charges. Clear and readable, nothing ambiguous. So, withdrawal, there are 2 options. Wallet Connect handles everything automatically through a smart contract, and manual. I go manual here every time. Stepping through the transaction directly gives a more complete picture of what's actually happening. That's just a preference, and it's consistently been the cleaner way to handle it. Okay, transaction is out, so verification should come through within a few seconds. So let's talk about the concept itself. A few years ago, the default assumption was that serious mining meant owning hardware, and that model still works for some users, but it comes with a lot of fixed overhead. You're committed to specific equipment, fixed power costs, and every problem that comes up with the hardware is yours to deal with. Cloud mining just cuts through all of that. The computation runs on remote infrastructure, the output comes to the wallet, and there's nothing in between that needs managing. Now, because the barrier to launching one of these platforms is genuinely low, there are a lot of projects in this space that aren't built with any real staying power. So a few things that have actually worked as reliable filters. Don't just run one session and draw conclusions from that. Test with different tokens, vary the session lengths, adjust the hash rate, run it when conditions aren't perfect. Because platforms that have real structural weaknesses, those weaknesses come out pretty fast once the variables aren't working in their favor. And then the moment any session wraps up, pull the ETH straight to a private wallet. Don't leave anything sitting on the platform. That's something I do without exception, and it's come through for me more times than I expected it to. Simple habit, meaningful protection. Anyway, appreciate you being here. Hope this gave a clear look at how this works. Thanks for watching.